So today I have the pleasure, the owner of SmokinNista, and I'm hoping I'm saying that correctly. She is on Instagram and she has a line of cigar accessories for women. Now, I don't know if it's exclusively for just women, but we will find out here shortly. So today, we're going to talk to Fran Cunningham, and she is the owner operator of SmokinNista cigar accessories. And she's going to be joining us momentarily. So I hope you all have been following my journey on TikTok. And if you have, thank you so much. And share me along with your friends. I want to take the time to thank Women Smoke Cigars for sending me this shirt. As you can see on the back, it says Smoking Hot. She has all colors. You can find this brand on Facebook and Instagram at Women Smoke Cigars. The owner is Michelle Pleasant. I had the pleasure of speaking with her a few weeks ago. I want to say about maybe 4 weeks ago. And I am the brand ambassador for Women Smoke Cigars, and it is a woman-owned apparel and accessory. I wanted to show you, she now has come out with, I don't know if you can see it, a line of cigar cutters. Maybe I have to be out of the frame. That's the cigar cutter. Very great quality. And she also has come out with a line of lighters. Don't know if you can see that. There it is, the lighters. So again, it is Women's Smoke Cigars. You can find them on Facebook, and I'm just waiting for Fran to join us. So I will be right back. Being joined by Fran. She's connecting right now. So I will give her a moment to come into frame. Hello, Fran. Can you hear me?
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
I'm great. What about you?
I am doing wonderful.
Good.
So thank you first. Thank you for agreeing to come on to the Coco Cigar Cutie podcast.
Uh-huh.
And the reason why I found you from Smoking Repeats, she had, I believe, a mug of yours, I believe.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, wow, that is a really nice mug. And where can I get one?
Okay.
And so, what made you get into, now? Let me ask you: is your line only geared towards cigar smokers, or do you do a multitude of accessories? I don't want to call them accessories. Merchandise.
So right now it's geared towards cigar smokers.
Okay.
I'm,
Okay.
I'm just getting started. So right now I just have Smoking Nista,
Mm-hmm.
which is us females. And then the Smoking Mistas is coming soon.
Oh.
Yes, so I'm working on that logo, but yes, so it's geared towards cigar smokers right now. I do have people that say, "Well, can you make this for me or can you make that for me?" And I can, but right now I really want to put all of my work into my own brand. So
Okay. So what made you get into that? What made you start Smoking Nisa's geared toward the females?
so initially my thing was, okay, let me start this brand. This is something that I can give back. I can help other females. Being a Girl Scout troop leader, we used to go to, like the homes and things like that. So it's just an avenue for me to make money, help others, and then I enjoy it. I love smoking cigars. This is something that I know a little bit about.
Mm-hmm.
So why not start my own brand? And then it's not enough of us.
Exactly. Exactly.
Mhm,
Because the cigar industry is a male dominant industry. And so it's always refreshing to see a female come out with a line of merchandise and
mhm,
even cigars. So you
mhm.
mentioned that you smoke cigars. So how long have you been smoking cigars?
Oh my God. So listen, I was a closet smoker. Okay. So I started probably 2004. Yeah, around 2004.
Hmm.
And then I used to smoke only at home. Well, because for one, there weren't any cigar bars like there are now.
Hmm.
I think we had probably two here in St. Louis at that time, but and don't quote me on that. I'm thinking I know of two.
Okay.
So, but I used to smoke at home. And I would go out on my patio and smoke on my patio. And so yeah, I used to say I was a closet smoker. But then once it became kind of, trendy and the cigar bars started opening up, and so that was heaven sent for me because yes, I can get out of this house,
Hmm.
go smoke and be cute while I'm doing
See, and it's all about being cute while you do it.
it. Yes, yes,
So, okay, so when you started smoking cigars, what was can you remember the very first cigar you ever smoked?
yes. It was the acid Cuba or
Okay.
Cuba. Some people say Cuba, some people say Cuba, but the Cuba, um, that was my favorite. Oh my goodness. And then you know how they have the ones that look like cigarettes?
Mm-hmm.
So my friend Kelly, she in North Carolina, they had this like the wine tasting ones,
Mm-hmm.
and they were really good.
Mm-hmm.
So I did like those too. But
Okay, so
yeah.
what is your favorite kind of cigar to smoke now?
So now, my favorite, for one, I like a Churchill.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna say my favorite right now is probably the Cohiba.
Oh, okay. I have
Mhm.
yet to smoke a Cohiba.
Yeah,
And here's the bad thing. I have three of them in my travel humidors, and I just
yeah.
haven't smoked them yet. I don't even know why I haven't smoked them yet because I go back and forth.
Oh,
Like
good.
my range is so all over the place, and so from week to
Mhm,
week it changes. So
mhm,
I bought the Cohibas, and I was going to smoke it the day that I bought it, and then I bought a my father's original and smoked that, and then that became
mhm,
a favorite, and then that one I do a thing in my travel humidors where what if I buy it, it stays on the top, and then if I buy more, it goes down one level and then down a
mhm,
level. And so now it's at the bottom level. So now it's like, okay,
mhm.
I need to get to the bottom level. I need
Yeah,
to move
yeah.
those back up to the top because I think I've had the Cohiba now for probably about 2 months now. So
Oh, yeah.
yeah, I'm
See,
gonna have to
mine
smoke
don't
it.
even last that long.
Oh wow. So
They do not last that long at all. But
so
no.
tell me about the approach you had coming up with the design for the mug. And I don't know if you have a mug with you that you can show,
I
but
do. I do.
it's such a pretty design that it's like, how long did it take for you to come up with that?
So I actually drew it. So I I drew what I wanted it to look like, and I always get compliments on my lips.
Mm-hmm.
So I knew that I wanted it to be lips,
Mm-hmm.
and with the nice looking cigar, and I even in my head I had the smoke coming out, just so I drew it, and then my niece had sent me a logo that she had made
Mm-hmm.
through someone on Instagram. And I said, oh, you know what? I wonder if they could perfect this for me.
Mm-hmm.
And so I reached out to her and she said she could. And I sent her my drawing. I literally copied, took a picture of it, sent it to her. And she said, oh, wow, you did pretty good. I said, well, thank you, but I need you to really do it.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that's what she sent me back. And it looked almost like what I drew.
I mean, when I saw it on Kelly's page, I was like, wait, where'd you get that from?
And that is the reaction I wanted. That is exactly what I want. And so now in the men's, I'm like, God, what am I gonna do? Because yeah, you can't go putting red lips
Lips.
on a guy. Like but I do have something that I'm almost done with. So yeah.
Okay. So when do you think that the men's line will be out, or are you more focused on the women's line for a few months and then putting out the men?
Yes. So right now my main focus is the women's line.
Okay.
However, I do want to have the men's done and ready at least mid-October
Okay.
because men, they're gonna buy t-shirts, they're gonna buy,
Right. Right.
all of it. So, and women, even women who don't smoke, they'll still purchase the cups. I have the coasters, I have the round coasters.
I didn't see. Was that on her page? Was that on her picture?
And then I have the square ones. And of course, I'm going to have t-shirts. And then I'm working on, I got to figure out how to do this, but I'm also working on some ashtrays.
Okay.
Because that is another thing. Like women, we just don't, most of the ashtrays are, big and bulky,
Yes.
and don't get me wrong, they're very nice.
Yes.
But I want something really,
I
for
want something feminine.
yes,
You carry
very
like
cute.
I'm not even gonna lie. The ashtray that I have, and I it's probably outside, is just a glow in the dark $5 Walmart ashtray. Because
Yes.
all the ashtrays that I was finding were just so big and bulky. And I
Mm-hmm.
do have the cup holder one because that's good
Yeah.
for being outside and all that. But
Mm-hmm.
everything else is just really big and bulky. And seeing your logo when Kelly posted on her page, I was like, oh my God, now that's an accessory that
Mm-hmm.
I would buy. Like
Yeah.
I am such a girly girl. I use coasters like nobody's business. And
Me
people
too.
don't really use a whole lot of coasters, but I do. So I have
Mm-hmm.
coasters everywhere. And if I
Mm-hmm.
can have a coaster that has that on it and
Yes,
I can pop it in my
you
cigar
will.
bag and take it with me,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I think I might need to put a low jack or something
No,
on it.
you take yours with you too.
Yes. Yes.
Listen, I get there, I set up all of my
Yes.
it's almost like the bingo players. I set up all of my stuff. So yes, I'm glad I'm not alone.
No, I literally have a bag. Like I purposely bought a purse, a Telfar purse,
Mm-hmm.
and it is my cigar purse. Like and most people
Mm-hmm.
say, you carry your cigars in a Telfar? I'm like, yeah, because it's big and
Yeah.
roomy. I
Mm-hmm.
can fit all three of my travel humidors. I have both of my the cup holder cigar ashtray and the little $5 one from Walmart. Then
Mm-hmm.
I think I got 6 or 7 lighters. I got 4 or 5 cutters, 2 or 3 punches. Like all of that
Mm-hmm.
goes with me everywhere.
Yep.
So to have something that's feminine to go
Mm-hmm.
out with, I feel
Yes.
just enhances
Mm-hmm.
the experience. So is
Yeah.
that one of the reasons why you really uh are for putting out the feminine products for the women?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Because again, you don't see it. You really
Right.
don't see it much.
Right.
And we have the torch lighters. We have this. We've purchased everything that that's offered for men. I want my brand to be something for us too. So,
Right. And I
mhm.
think that is so amazing. So how long did it take you from the concept you had in your head to finding the young lady to touch it up for you? Like, do you sit and like ponder over it for days and hours, weeks,
Oh my
months?
God, yes. So, COVID for me was people are like, oh God, COVID. It really was a blessing. In the end, it was a true blessing because I always have good ideas, but I know that fear is what really, kept me from just making it blossom, right?
Hmm. Right.
And so with this, I was like, you know what? Mm-mm. I'm doing this. I am doing this. And so initially, when I reached out to a guy to make my logo,
Mm-hmm.
the amount of money he wanted to charge me for that, I said, so yeah, let me start scribbling on this
Right.
paper because I'm not doing that.
Right.
So once I got my logo down, that's when I really got excited. So I'm gonna say 2 years. two
Wow.
years I had been talking about it. And then I said, you know what? I'm not gonna talk about it anymore to anyone because sometimes when you share your ideas, people start to put expectations on you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And
Mm-hmm.
at least that's how I was feeling like, oh God, she's just talking because she hasn't done anything yet or whatever it is, but I knew that I wanted it to be right and I wanted to look a certain way. So even when it comes across on my Instagram page, I want it to be, really nice to the point like I'm even think another camera.
Mm-hmm.
So once I do all of that, even my page is going to change. But it did. It took me probably 2 years. And then, like I said earlier this year, my niece, she said, listen, you have to see my logo. And when she sent me her logo, I said, who did that?
Mm-hmm.
And I said, I have my logo already drawn up. I wonder if they could just perfect it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's exactly how. And so even when I reached out to her, she took probably 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
And but what I liked about it, she said, it's gonna take me this many days, then I'll send you a draft. Then after that, another week, and then you'll have it. And it went just like that.
Wow. Wow.
Yes.
And it's always so nice. And you mentioned that it was a female, so it was good from start to finish.
Mm-hmm.
It is a
Mm-hmm.
female,
Exactly.
product that you're putting out.
Exactly.
So where do you foresee yourself selling these?
Events. So I do want to, go to events, pop-ups. Listen, I have sold just Saturday. I told my brother I felt like the rappers who sell their CDs out of their trunk when they're first getting started because I literally sold out of my trunk on Saturday, but I was so proud of myself. I felt like I was so hip then.
Mm-hmm. So
Yeah,
was it a
so
cigar event that you were at?
no, I was at uh well, I was on my way from the grocery store. I stopped at, do you all have Quick Trip?
We have a dash in. That's what we
Okay,
have.
so
Yeah.
I stopped. I think everybody have Quick Trip. If they don't, they should. But anyway, so I I stopped at Quick Trip, and I saw a person that I know, and she was asking me about it,
Mm-hmm.
and I said, "Oh yeah, I have some in my car right now." And she said, "Are you serious?" I said, "Yes." And so we went back to my car, and the only reason why I had them in my car that day was because I was going somewhere else,
Oh,
and I was going to
wow.
take that with me.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so no, I sold it right there.
Wow. So
Mhm.
when you are foreseeing that, so you have the mugs and you have the coasters, and
Mhm.
you're saying you're going to have t-shirts as well.
Yep.
Um,
Tumblers,
oh, okay.
ashtrays.
That's what I was about to ask.
Mhm.
Are you going to have something for like us coffee drinkers
Yeah.
for on the
Oh,
go?
absolutely. So I made this one because I was just playing around. The tumblers will just have one um logo on it,
Hmm.
but this is one I just made. Just like I said, I had just gotten my press.
Okay.
So you know how you just go crazy. Oh, I
Right.
bet you one would look good right here too. Let me
Right.
do this. So yes, that's that's how that happened. But it'll have a logo on it,
Okay.
and then I'll sell them individually as
Hmm.
sets or
And
however they want to
And
purchase it.
see, that's such a perfect gift for anybody. Any
Mhm.
cigar smoker. is going
Mhm.
to want a mug or a tumbler, some coasters. So I foresee that this is going to be very successful for you. You said
Thank
that you
you.
only had, that you knew of like 2 cigar lounges in St. Louis, correct?
Yeah, that was back in the
Oh, okay. Okay.
earlier times. Oh no, it's quite a few now.
So now, do you foresee that you can get into one of the cigar lounges and, as a pop-up event, or if they
Oh
have an
yes.
event there, and
Mhm.
sell those there? And
Oh
do
yeah.
you plan on traveling to
I
different events?
absolutely plan on traveling. That was my main thing when I was thinking about it. Oh my goodness, I can go here. I can go because Memphis have their cigar time.
Hmm.
Atlanta have their, everyone has the cigar weeks, weekends,
Right.
all of that. So that is my goal,
Okay.
like
Yep. Because
sooner than
DC is
later.
having our cigar week is this week,
Saw
actually
that. Yeah.
kicking off today. So I'm
Hmm.
not gonna go there today, but for the rest of the week, I'll be,
Oh yeah.
be there
Yeah. That's
just
gonna be
smoking cigars
nice.
and hanging out.
Yeah, that's gonna be so nice. Yeah, that is my goal. I wanna get around. I want my brand to be known.
Hmm.
So, get purchase, I can give back, all of that.
Right. So on any given day, how many cigars do you smoke in a day?
Oh my goodness, I don't smoke like I used to because I got scared. Um, One time I had, how you can smoke and pull too hard?
Hmm.
And I could not stop bringing up my food, everything I had just eaten.
Oh,
And
wow.
so now I probably smoke about 2 to 3 times a week.
Okay. Okay.
Hmm.
See, I started out probably once a week because I've only been smoking for about a year. So I started out once a week, and then it went to like on Saturday. So then I would smoke maybe 2 on Saturday because in the morning and at night hanging out with friends. Now I
Hmm.
literally smoke every day. I get up
Yeah.
and I have a cup of coffee, and I start my day with a mild cigar. And
Hmm.
then if I get to smoke another one during the day, I smoke a medium to full body. So what kind of
Hmm.
cigars do you enjoy the most?
I am a medium to full body. So, but when I first started, I was very, very light, very light.
Hmm.
Um, then so yeah, I did have a light one. What was the name of it? I can't remember the name of it. That's when I got the acid, the Kuba,
Okay.
which is not as light, but it's kind of, in between light and
Hmm.
medium.
Hmm.
Um, and then I love those. And then I guess over the years, I'm like, well, that's kind of lightweight. You have to be, So now it really depends on how I'm feeling. Like, do I
Hmm.
want to feel, groovy, or do I just want to feel, just in there a little bit? So
Right.
yeah, it just depends on, how I want to feel
Okay.
afterwards. Hmm.
And so what is the greatest enjoyment you get out of smoking a cigar?
Just the, just the, because you have to, when you smoke it, you have to pair it with a nice whiskey or a scotch. I like mine with a little Macallan myself, but whiskey's fine too. But just
Hmm.
a really good drink. So those two together is just everything, and it just puts you in a chill mode, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
And
yeah.
and that's what everyone says. When I first started smoking cigars, the first thing, and I'll never forget this because Pam and Walter are the 2 people that got me into smoking cigars. And they said that if you don't have time to put your phone down and just enjoy
Hmm.
30 to 45 minutes of doing nothing but enjoying a cigar, don't start smoking cigars.
Yeah.
And I have lived by that. Like when I'm
Mhm.
smoking a cigar, I am sitting outside. I got my music playing. I either and it just depends on the day. So I may have a beer, or I may have some
Mhm.
wine, or I may have
Mhm.
some rum or bourbon. I
Mhm.
haven't done whiskey yet. Because, well, wait a minute, I have done whiskey. I haven't
Mhm.
done bourbon yet. That was the day.
Mhm.
I haven't,
It's
but
good too.
it's just like I don't talk to me. Like I just want to be just, communing with my cigar.
Mhm. Mhm.
And so that's what a lot of people say. And then you get the, oh, you smoke cigars? You get that from a
Yeah.
from a guy. Oh, you smoke cigars? And it's like, yeah,
Oh,
why? I mean,
I
what's
don't get
what's
that.
the I don't understand it. Is that why you were a closeted smoker?
No, my dad is the reason why I was a closet
Oh,
smoker,
okay.
because he cannot. Women don't smoke cigars and this, that, and I'm like, well, I'm a woman.
Right.
I smoke cigars.
Right.
But man, so this is the craziest thing, but I don't like to date men who don't smoke because that way, you don't have the why are you smoking a cigar, or so most men that I meet,
Hmm.
they smoke.
Okay.
So or even if they don't smoke cigars, they don't mind me smoking a cigar,
Okay.
which yeah. So but it's like I don't know if you've gotten this feeling, but it's like a community.
Hmm.
So because you're at the lounges or you're with whomever you're with who smokes too, and so you all have that one thing in common,
Hmm.
and it's no questions asked. It's
Right.
and your conversations are like, oh, have you tried this one yet, or have you like when I first tried the Tatiana Groovy Blue,
Hmm.
and I feel like I've graduated, but I still will go back every now and then. But it was like, oh my goodness, that is a good city, So it's just I don't know. It's like a community.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
I like I said, I've only been smoking for a year, and the people I have met in this year
Hmm.
has been amazing because they
Yep.
don't look down on you just because you just started smoking. They give
Hmm.
you tips on, you
Yep.
know, turn your cigar every now and again, or words don't hold the like I didn't know you weren't supposed to hold the lighter so close to it. Like I didn't
Yeah.
know that. They didn't, you don't know these things. But then it was like, no,
Yeah.
you don't have to hold the lighter close to it because it's
Mm-mm.
going to toast. When somebody said toast the foot, I was like, what you talking about? What is that?
Yes.
What the hell
Yes.
does that mean? Like I didn't
Hmm.
know what that meant.
Hmm.
And then uh, and this just happened to me about 3 weeks ago. I got a cigar that had the pigtail on the top, right? But
Hmm.
then the foot was covered. So I was like,
Hmm. Yep.
uh, I ain't never encountered this. What am I supposed to do? And I'm looking at it now. I'm like, am I supposed to unravel it? What am I supposed to do? And do I burn it off? Like, I went on TikTok and was like, what can I do? What am I supposed to do with this, people? And they told me,
Uh-huh.
it was like, no, you don't really have to do anything to it. You just light
Hmm.
it like you normally would. And I'm like, whoo, thank God,
Yep.
because I almost messed up that whole cigar. So so what
Oh goodness.
have you ever had one of those? What am I supposed to do when you first started smoking? Like, did you run across
Um,
something that you hadn't expected?
I absolutely did because I just one day went out and bought a cigar, right? So my thing was the one that I bought, it did not have like both of the ends were already cut.
Mm-hmm.
But I had already purchased all this stuff because I'm ready,
Right.
right?
Right.
So I'm like, okay, and okay, oh God, what? So where do I cut it at? And I'm just looking at both ends. I'm like, well, Jesus, which end do I smoke? Like it was just so. And I'm like, friend, I went onto YouTube
Okay.
because I will Google and YouTube everything.
I'm a
So I
graduate of
went on there
YouTube.
and I'm like, oh, okay. So then once I did get it lit, I was like, oh, I don't even like this.
Mm-hmm.
So that's when I started like, okay, I got to figure out what kind of cigar I like,
Mm-hmm.
what really tastes good. And now they had one that was it was a blueberry flavor. I cannot believe I can't remember the name of it. It'll come to me. But it was from a place in Chicago. very good, very, very good cigar. I loved it. Now I can't find it anywhere.
Oh, wow. So how long ago
Cannot
was
find
that
it.
that you had that one?
Oh goodness, it was at least 3 years, 3 or 4 years
Wow.
ago. Yeah.
And you know what? I found that sometimes I will smoke a cigar and then go back and look for it and can't find it anywhere.
Yep.
A friend of a friend, when I first started smoking cigars, she gave me a MJ12 Illusion cigar.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I fell in love with this cigar. She gave me this cigar on July 20th of 2021. I
Mm-hmm.
cannot find that cigar anywhere. Everywhere I go, I search for that cigar. And everyone always says, "Oh, yeah, they sell out as soon as we get them." I'm like, "Can I get on the list? Can I like?" And
Mm-hmm.
they was like, "Well, we don't know if we're gonna get any more." And I'm like, "But can you make a list?" Like,
Mm-hmm.
because that one, it was a 6 by 60.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and it was just such an amazing smoke. And she gave it
Mm-hmm.
to me because she said, "I think you'll like this," because she knew I was just starting. I started
Mm-hmm.
off with a Tatiana Groovy Blue, and
Mm-hmm.
then I went to that one. The Tatiana Groovy Blue was my first cigar. MJ12 Illusion was my second cigar. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
always going to remember my first two. Much
Yes.
like a man, you remember
Yes.
your first guy. Your
Yes.
first
Yes.
love. You know, my very first pair of high heel shoes, I remember that. Like,
Mm-hmm.
so those are things that I'm always going to remember. So what is it? You remember that blueberry, but what was it about your experience that made you want to continue smoking a cigar?
And there was a Don Rafa. Now I just remember the name Don Rafa blueberry. It was just so smooth and it tastes so good. It wasn't overpowered. Like you didn't you taste smoke, but you didn't taste smoke. Like
Okay.
it was just so good.
Yeah.
So good. And now for the life of me, I cannot find that cigar here. So I guess I'll have to go to Chicago.
Yeah. Well, 'cause, hey,
Yeah.
it's nothing like a trip. Everybody needs to take a trip.
4 hours away. Yeah. Yeah.
So tell everyone, so you're selling your products now. So tell everyone
I
where
am.
they can purchase a mug or the coasters, so that they can go out and start, you can start ordering.
So please follow me on SmokinNista at SmokinNista on Instagram. Smokin SmokinNista. SmokinNista. And then you can direct message me or email me from there. And yeah, I'll send your package
Oh, see,
on
so
on.
I'm all about supporting women-owned businesses,
Thank
especially
you.
women-owned cigar businesses.
Hmm.
I'm all about it. So yeah, I'm gonna have to go. And do you have a website?
Not yet. I'm working on it, but it is going to be the smokinista.com.
Okay, so
Yeah.
if
So it's
when I
almost
want to
done.
go look for them coasters, I'm gonna go to your Instagram page.
Yes.
Okay, so I
Instagram.
want everybody to go, follow her, follow Smoking Nistas on Instagram. And then while
Yeah,
you're there, go on and pick yourself up a mug and a couple of coasters and make
absolutely.
sure that you watch out for, you said maybe October for Smoking
Yes.
Misters.
Smoking Misters.
Okay, so
Hmm.
thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank
It has
you.
been such a pleasure. Has been
Thank
such
you for
such a
having
pleasure,
me.
and hopefully I'm gonna get to St. Louis one day. Because
Yes.
that's a place I
Yes.
want to visit. That's a place I
Come
want to
on.
visit. And
Mhm.
when I come to St. Louis, we got to get together and we got to put some smoke in the air. We got to. I got your
Exactly.
number. I got
Oh,
your number.
yes. Please do. Thank you so much for having me.
And thank you for joining me on such short notice, because I know it was, like, oh well, wait, when I'm gonna do it, but I was like, oh no, I gotta get her on quick. I gotta get her on quick.
Okay. Thank you. Don't
So
forget to go follow me, guys.
follow her, Smoking Nisa. I'm going to be posting it on my Facebook, on my YouTube, on my Instagram, and on my TikTok. So I'm expecting
Yes.
you all to go and follow her and make sure you support another Black-owned business. And thank you for joining me today. And I
Thank
look forward
you.
to seeing more products from you on Instagram.
Yes. Thank you.
Bye bye.
Bye bye. Good talking to you.